Live.
We're live.
There you go.
Hackstronauts.
So there's chats, everything. Yep.
Hackstronauts unite. Hey, this is our first. Are we streaming?
First episode. Yep. Live.
We're streaming.
Everything.
We're live to the internet.
That's it.
Why don't I see it there?
Takes a moment to upload and update.
Welcome to the Hackstronauts. I'm Rod. It's like odd with an R in front.
I'm Greg.
Greg. I like calling him Greg U.
Sure.
See?
It's all
No
good.
preparation.
It's
That's
all
what
good.
happens.
We're going candid. Okay.
We just.
I think I found it. Stream. Bless you.
Thank you.
Stream is good. Creators highlight.
Bless you. Let's hack that. Do you know there was testimony, and I think testimony in its arcane sense, that tradition of saying bless you when someone sneezes is because it was witnessed, I guess by clergy, that when someone would sneeze, you'd see the soul come out of the body. So blessing you would return it to you.
Great.
Haha! Why is it? Oh, I see.
So there's
So
a little
we're
bit
mirrored.
of a delay. I turned off the sound.
And we're mirrored.
Yeah, we're mirrored. See the
Do you
delay.
want? Can we zoom in?
Sure.
Because that framing is a little rough.
You could zoom in. Absolutely. Zooming in. More?
Oh, it's good. That was good. That was good.
But look at the stream, because in the stream there might be different resolution.
That's good. As long as
Awesome.
we're both on screen.
A little bit more?
No. That was good. Just a little further.
That's
back.
fine.
Oh wow, there we are. Can you show that screen to that screen? And
Sure.
Make it go on forever and just explode.
Yeah, totally. Melt down the technology. Anyway,
We are the Hackstronauts.
yes.
And this is strange time tripping. Anyway,
This is our very, very first stream. And,
very first, and it is utterly unplanned.
And
which
we're
is
discovering
making
as we
my
go.
head explode. I do video for a living, and
Yes.
I write scripts. First, I have a meeting, a consultation with a potential client, not even a client. So I'll just start talking about video. And then we say, okay, it sounds like a good idea. Then we have the kickoff business meeting after we have an agreement and the proposal's done, and there's just layers and layers of preparation before you commit anything to video. This is the precise opposite, and I want to commit suicide.
Great.
It's painful. It's
great
painful.
sentence. All right. Let's talk
I don't.
about.
Do I want to commit? No. I'm thinking about it. I'm just. I have suicidal thoughts, like that one terrible drug that's.
You okay with sharing that to the world?
Yes.
Great. Let's talk about limitless and biohacking.
Limitless.
How do you
Okay,
feel
so
about this?
It's the most exciting topic. It's a topic that covers living forever, having superpowers, time travel. It's
Anything and everything.
great.
Awesome. And what kind of limitless or biohacks have you done recently that you like to share on the live stream?
Recently, my favorite nootropic.
Okay.
I hope you're listening, Tom, because I said nootropic. Is caffeine, and right now I probably put the needle a little past the red mark. So
Just a little.
yeah, but I love caffeine. Coffee-based caffeine is always the kindest to my body. Otherwise, I feel real squirrely. Do you have any different experience if you're drinking your caffeine with coffee, as opposed to a supplement, as opposed to tea?
I'm currently drinking green tea from Idea Coffee.
Idea Coffee. That's
Pretty cool spot in New York City.
They abide us every Monday night. Come to our meetup group
Yes.
if you're cool. If you're not cool, then can't help you.
And the meetup group is called
Yes.
NYC Biohacking, Nootropics, and Limitless.
Limitless after the film, Limitless.
Yeah.
First the book. I like the movie better. Did
I
you
like
read
the
book?
movie too. No, I haven't read the book. I like movies. They're short, straight to the
Hackers,
point, and
not
very
big
visual.
readers, I guess.
Not
No, I don't-
everybody. Actually, we
no,
do a
no,
lot
a
of
lot
research.
of hackers are readers, big
We
readers.
do a lot of research.
We have a. I see. I can't put anything up on the screen like Hackstronauts.com. Hackstronauts.
We can put that in the
singular.
description later.
Oh, good. Because I want every bloody
Sure.
link, and we have a. We meet every Monday night through Meetup,
7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
Idea
Coffee.
You're
and-
welcome, as long as it's not 10,000 of you.
No, 10,000 of you. Fill the place up. I want 10,000 of
We might have to stand outside.
you. We'll take over the building.
All right, that's great. But besides the green tea, I'm drinking it because it's already 9 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Usually I start my day with bulletproof coffee, which consists of some grass-fed butter, some coconut oil, MCT oil, and I put a raw egg in there, blend it all together, make a nice latte. Sometimes I add a little bit creamer. It's not very keto, but it makes the taste a lot.
Creamer isn't keto?
No.
Oh, you have the
creamer, 'cause it
flavored
has,
cream on it.
flavored, yeah, so it has some sugar.
I used to be hardcore.
But it makes it
into
taste
that.
great.
I used to love the peppermint.
Peppermint?
Yeah.
Gotta try that.
It was this. It was a only for the holidays. Bailey's Irish Cream came out with these creamers for coffee. And of course, they'd have their Irish cream, which tasted sort of like booze, but it didn't have booze in it. But then they had this peppermint brickle. I forget what. Anyway, it was peppermint. Hard, pure chemistry. It was, and it just the, you know, the cold of the peppermint and the hot of the coffee. Just loved it.
Hit the spot.
Yeah, peppermint and white chocolate.
Awesome.
I think they achieved that flavor. They simulated the flavor by some very venomous snake venom and beetles. They would grind those up and then, of course, pass them through a nuclear reactor. And get compounds that are only available at neutrino stars. And they put that in the creamer, and it tasted really good. And it would keep for years. Probably totally hostile to living organisms, but
I guess I should mention we have a Discord channel if you guys
Discord.
want to join us
Discord's
and talk
awesome.
to us.
Plus, you could see all the things we bring up during
Meetings.
our weekly meetings, and it's just like it's a compendium of all the things. Oh, that's a great. Oh, I want to find out about that link. So it goes right up on our.
I'm actually going to
on our
throw that
Discord.
into the chat right now of our live stream.
Look at that.
There's the invite link right there. You guys welcome to join, and
So you can do. Oh man.
and
so,
I can add that to the description later of the video.
So how do I get in that same chat? I want to be
Easy.
able to chat stuff.
Go to your YouTube.
My YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just click over here.
Oh,
in
okay.
the grid. On the grid.
The
and
grid.
Click YouTube. Or Gmail, and then I guess YouTube. I don't know why it's not there.
Oh, there it was.
Maybe more.
It's more.
Yep, there it is. All the way to
Okay,
the
so
bottom.
now I'm in YouTube, but I'm not signed
Absolutely.
in. Am I signed in?
You don't need to.
Oh, we're using your
Yes,
deal.
because that's how we were able to go live immediately versus.
Right. Because we have a YouTube channel, a Hackstronauts YouTube channel.
But it's not
Oh, look
allowed
at
to
that.
go live right away, so we're
Yeah,
working on that.
we could not wait the 24 hours.
No, we couldn't. No way.
But I appreciate it.
I
Thank you
can't-
for pushing me.
I
So
think you can
what's up?
enable the easy tap on your mouse pad, touchpad.
Is this? There I am on TV.
And so here's how the chat
Okay.
works. You
Oh,
could
great.
post a message,
Okay,
ask us
say
any
something.
questions. You could say something, and I could respond. You could hear the voice say something.
Something. Just
Yep.
tell me what to say.
Welcome, Rod. And I can communicate with you. So
Wait,
read that.
new
live
chat replay. Got it.
Yep. So if you guys
You know, if you misspell my name,
Sorry.
let's say it.
But there is chat messages actually show up on the screen as we talk.
Oh, right. It'll go bloop, bloop,
Yeah,
bloop.
so it actually goes right there. If you send a message and you see it, it's actually pretty screen. So you can know when to look at your chat screen instead of just keeping an eye on it all the time. So before you, as you click enter, look at the screen. It'll show up on the left.
That's so cool.
This is great, right?
I'm glad you made me do this.
Absolutely.
This is cool.
Absolutely. So that's just one part of it, and
So I'm gonna
It's very
sign.
interactive.
I gotta watch my language
Yeah.
because I'm not allowed to.
well, let's keep it PG.
I'm better that I don't. But I want to curse right now. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah.
It works. Okay, great. All right. Back to work.
Anything else you'd like to mention about Nootropics and Limitless? That
NZT is
that's what we're looking for.
drug that was fomented in the mind of who wrote that? I should have all these.
Bradley
things.
Cooper was the main.
Oh, he
protagonist
stars
of the
in it.
movie.
I'm just thinking who wrote the book that became the film. This is getting distracting, but
You could look it up.
I can mute it. I just muted my voice repeating back at me.
Film is directed by Neil Berger
Yes,
and written by Leslie Dixon.
Leslie Dixon wrote the screenplay,
Yeah.
and
I
who
don't know
wrote
about the book.
the
You would have
novel?
to, you would have to Google it.
Okay,
Yeah, you could open a new window and look it up. This
Book.
is so awesome. I'm excited.
this is cool.
This is live, interactive. People could jump in and continue.
Is there
conversation.
any way to find out if anyone's
Yeah,
watching
absolutely. So far, just me and you.
Dang.
So here, I have on the YouTube stream, I can stop streaming, and I have peak concurrent viewers. So two. That's
So
me
this
and
is because you have access to this channel. Oh no.
you. Because
This
I'm
is
the
your
streamer.
live
I'm
channel.
live.
Okay,
Once
so if I'm
ours
doing
goes
it,
live,
it has to go
We have
on.
both access to it.
Okay, good. So yeah, we're gonna do that experiment. Make sure it's on the.
We could do this
Hackstronauts
every
channel.
week, 1 hour after the meetup,
I love it.
and just pick a topic or just read.
Or just sit someone there and say, "Tell us what you were just talking about."
Yeah, exactly. And we
that's
could
cool.
also discuss what we discussed at the meeting and share it with everybody else.
So that's what you can look forward to.
Absolutely, every Monday.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the setup was a little bit painless.
Alan Glynn, Glynn. I just like to be able to throw things up there.
Great.
Once I got my S together,
That's all good.
we can Chiron stuff up there. We could,
Yes.
put addresses up there and
Everything.
yeah.
This
I
is
just need about
limitless.
$1,000.
This is limitless live YouTube production to the whole wide
Well,
world.
Look up Slingbox, man. We could do some crazy live
Sure,
stuff.
if you're interested in doing that next Monday, we could experiment with your method, and we could do that next. We could combine the two. We could live stream and Slingbox, and bring all the interesting topics.
And there's, so has anyone contributed money yet?
So no, again, this is our first episode. We just started. You need some build up. You need some time. You need some viewership.
No one's given us any money.
No.
Not even a nickel.
This is not about
Make a
money.
dime
This
quarter.
is about interesting topics and passion.
Yes.
But here's some stuff we discussed at our meeting. It was carbonized water. One of
Yes,
our
the
meeting
mineral
members brought it in, and I don't know if you can pronounce that. Steiner.
Gerolo Steiner.
It's from Germany.
It's from Germany, yes.
Great tasting water. It's
Great
mineral
tasting
water,
bitter, yeah.
which contains.
It
Can you zoom in?
contains.
See, my deranged sense of humor goes to Mel Brooksian comedy, so I'm gonna stop.
So it has calcium, 345 milligrams.
345 milligrams of calcium.
Magnesium, 100.
Magnesium.
Bicarbonate, 1800.
See,
Bicarbonate.
can't we just pop that up on the screen?
Uh,
Can we cut to that?
I probably could. I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
It's been 8 minutes.
I think we need like.
Ooh, can we find out when we first went on the air?
Yeah. What do you mean first? Like how long
How long we've been doing
been
this?
streaming?
So this is all being recorded too, huh?
It's recorded and it's live, yes.
Awesome.
So, here, we've been live for 13 minutes.
13 minutes and no one's given us money yet.
No, but there's 2 viewers, 1 and 2. So
I have no
far,
cash on me.
it's okay.
Yes, I do.
We don't need cash.
Look. I'm just priming the pub. Look.
Frank. Broadcast.
I'm
alert.
giving the first dollar.
Slate
making
insert.
this a national
Slate in, slate
phenomenon.
out, insert ads.
Oh, cool. Slating in.
Ads inserted was successful. Ooh, we could insert ads. Great.
Just learn all this now because we're going to want to transfer it to the Hackstronauts web channel, YouTube channel.
Slate insertion.
Man, this is, we can really have a channel. Just
Oh look, YouTube. It just went to YouTube Slate, and then I guess Slate out. Oh, this is like before you go live. You could kind
Yeah.
of like do the blank screen, and then you can go live, and you can
I
open
want
it
I
up.
want graphics up there. I want to do the
I think we
our
can.
intro,
I think
intro
we can.
outro.
We could put the intro. We could do
Let me
the
do
intro.
some. Let me So like a
broadcast.
la beep, 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 beep. Oh wait, no.
I'm fascinated with this new technology.
There's a lot of. You know what's cool? The Home and Hackstronauts.
What's interesting is that there's 32 people in my channel that could view this,
Really?
and they get a notification when I post new content. So yes.
Dig it. Okay, so while we want to make everyone want to draw bazillion people to Greg's channels, all of them, you have.
Now I have. Well, I had 2
you have your
5 minutes
Twitter-
ago, but now I have 1.
Oh right, we got rid. Yeah, okay, but so people, the 32 people that watch you
They have access
have
to
been
this.
have been notified that you're posting something.
That I'm
right now.
live, yes. Just like when you saw my channel, you saw that there's a little red and it says live. Like this, I'll try it.
Let me see.
I'll try it.
Meanwhile,
So this is how it looks. Look.
woohoo!
Great.
Oh man, that's great.
Thank you.
So we'll be able to do that
Oh, and look,
with this other channel.
I have links already in description for Coinbase subscription as well as Patreon if people like to donate. I set that up a while ago for my
Okay.
gaming channel.
Shit. So but I'd have to set all that up.
Or jointly, us, yes. So whatever.
Okay. Can you join? Can you put those links on the channel, on the Hackstronaut channel?
I could. I could. Right now it's on my channel, but eventually
Okay.
we could transfer it, or we could create a set because these links are bound to my personal channel.
Okay.
So for our other channel, we would have to create our own links. So I guess this is an
Okay.
introduction to streaming on YouTube,
I'm learning.
and we're figuring this out as we go. This
And
is
I'm
great.
paranoid. I'm deeply paranoid.
It's okay.
Uh,
One step at a
everything.
time.
just should have.
We're
sort of
limitless.
share a bit of that. Can't really see, but there's even
It's a hack. It's a
there's a little
Smartphone
post-it over my camera. There's an iPhone 8.
I'd show you my
Plus-
phone, but it's live streaming.
Right, that's what we're shooting. That's what we're shooting with. Twins beat the Yankees. Bad news. Yes, I'm deeply paranoid about that kind of thing. But if we're gonna be able to take donations
Can
or
you
Patreon,
try something in your computer?
Sure.
Just want to go to settings.
What do you want to change?
I want to enable so when you tap lightly, it actually clicks and you don't have to press the button. Could we
This
do it?
it's the
sure?
trackpad that's
I think
not
it's the
great.
setting.
Okay, well here I can find that for you.
Yeah, if you could find, you know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah, the sensitivity, but I think it's just this trackpad shot.
trackpad right there. Log data, secondary tabs.
Okay.
Tap to
Tracking
click.
speed.
No, just put a checkbox right there. Awesome. Click close or apply or whatever.
Okay.
It works.
That's new. I used to have to do this.
Forget about that.
Feel
Forget
that?
it. Forget it. We just made it
Dig it.
limitless and we
Ha!
hacked it.
Hacked it.
His laptop been driving me crazy. He has to
Yes.
use a mouse to navigate and do the clicks. because for some reason it just doesn't click, and we enabled the touch click. Problem solved. Because I like to show him stuff and
Yes.
jump in on his computer, and I'm like, I can't access this hyperlink.
Because
or-
you have to do a
because it doesn't
positive click.
click.
You have to-
Yeah.
and the click is a little.
But now it works.
chunky.
Now it works perfectly. And
So I want to read this.
our Hackstronauts
Yes.
statement.
We are the Hackstronauts. We are inventors, explorers, daredevils, and yes, human guinea pigs. We are true believers and virulent skeptics. We are the crazy people that throw ourselves off of moving bandwagons. Hacking is a way of life for us. We see hacks everywhere. On our computer screens, in our homes, cars, workplaces, and even when we look in the mirror. There is nothing so well designed or high functioning that a hack can't make it faster, stronger, smarter, better. Some will say we're cheats, line cutters, and outlaws. But we just like to trash rulebooks. The world is already so full of should, we're going to fill it with could.
Great. And I threw the link to the website in the chat. Hackstronaut.com. Welcome to check us out there as well.
Oh yes, Hackstonaut, and we're building a whole society, man.
A community of Hackstronauts
Community,
and
a
biohackers.
cabal, an unholy union, or a holy union,
Let's not go religious yet.
indeed.
Save that for the next episode.
What was I hearing about religion?
So
Yes.
I'd like to bring up an interesting point, like how you got into biohacking and how you have a specific role that you're trying to strengthen with your own experiences, where you're basically using your mind capability to simulate.
You want to
Biohack.
hear about
Yes.
the mind-body pharmacology.
Correct. Well, introduce how you started on that. Like
Yes.
Which book or which author or which person introduced you to that, and how it's been working for you.
One of the great heroes of mind-body medicine was and continues to be John E. Sarno. He was the head of surgery at NYU Medical. I could tell this whole story, but I won't.
Just
Anyway,
keep it
that's
short
it.
and to the point. Yeah.
His whole
Brief.
his whole discovery of mind-body medicine dealt with his discovery that patients were talking about their back pain and presenting with very specific symptoms, and some of their x-rays showed logical reasons why they would be having back pain, and others did not. So he discovered that it actually the autonomic nervous system can starve muscles for oxygen and make them hurt, all in the interest of hiding from the conscious mind a uncomfortable emotional state. And that has changed my life. Although I was biohacking even as a little kid, I like to talk about my first biohack, which was I would get very car sick. And my sisters,
Me too.
my family, my sisters most of all, would just be driven insane because we would go on a road trip of any short length, and well, actually, longer length. See, this is what happens when you don't plan.
It's okay. You've mentioned the story a dozen times already.
A dozen times, but not here.
It's okay.
To the universe. I would get car sick and throw up. So I discovered that when I started to feel nauseous in the car, if I held my breath, the nausea would die away. And of course, I'd have to breathe ultimately, because that's a habit I've gotten into, even as a kid. And when I would, so I'd start breathing again normally, and it would take a little, longer and longer till the nausea came back. When it would, I just hold my breath and wait till it was a little uncomfortable, and then again. So I figured that was a meditative breathing practice that actually, I'd say, essentially cured me of that car sickness. and that was too mysterious and cool and personally spectacular. So I was just from then on looking for the next one, next biohack. You got into hacking computers before you got into biohacking.
Not necessarily hacking, just building and optimizing them, and overclocking, which is part of
Yes.
optimizing.
As we say on our meetup, overclocked and unlocked.
Indeed. But can you give me an example of how your mind medicine worked
Oh,
on
okay.
you recently?
So the
and
the
process of
the,
it?
the extension, the perhaps little voodoo edge of what I was working on, being able to control body systems and my autonomic nervous system. Guess my ultimate goal is to be able to take any compound, any food, any nootropic, even pharmaceutical, and have my body learn it in its abstract, so that it can reproduce any of these effects. For example, a nootropic known as pyritinol. There's Idra 21 or Idra 21, and I documented all the benefits of taking that, and I meditated on the effects. I paid particular attention to it, because what was happening was I was introducing this compound into my body, and my body would do what it innately knows how to do. It would it would trigger certain receptors and other processes and a fair amount of autonomic nervous system functions, and produce the clarity I felt. For example, Idra had this wonderful snap to clarity. My vision would be very clear. I'd have be very focused on my destination, which would typically be to get to work. And
It's a good
I
destination.
discovered that if I trained my body to pay close enough attention, it could then produce the effect, or some percentage of that effect, on its own without introducing the compound. So for Idra, which has a very short power band, about 2 hours for me, and everyone's physiology is different, I was able to wake up and I thought of some of the more idiomotor aspects of taking it. The little metal scoop I would use, the taste of it, the color of it. I would just keep my mind on that, and then I would think of the name of it. I would perhaps look up the Wikipedia entry on it, and almost instantly my body accommodated that focus and produced the effects. I'd say about 40-50% of it,
That's amazing.
which was marked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's useful.
Absolutely.
And then with this other nootropic, pyritinol, I was up around 70 or 80% of it. I mean, I didn't have to take this stuff. My body would say, pyritinol, okay, here it is. Here's what, it's following a script. And actually, script is a good word for it, because it's a prescription.
But basically, your self-hypnosis yourself to simulate the effects of some kind of nootropic, be it caffeine or another substance, and then simulate the effects without any intake of that substance, just replaying its effects and amplifying it with your mind.
Because my body knows how to do it. I
Or
think
it's done it in the past.
to quiet or to accommodate my intellect, which is what it is. I like to look at the Wikipedia entry or any notes I have on it. Notes are especially effective because
Absolutely.
everyone's physiology is unique. So if I can bring myself back intellectually, emotionally, to the moment when I was having that experience, I could reproduce it really well. There's a induction. I've also studied neo-Ericksonian hypnosis, and it really is. It's hypnosis, and your brain controls I would
Everything.
think everything.
Your brain
Yeah,
controls
it's-
everything.
It's pretty much like conductor.
Yep. I can give an example of how that mind medicine works for me.
Yeah.
My very first electric skateboard ordered from China. I got it, and
Yeah.
I wanted to try it in my house. And I did not read the manual. It was all
Are
in
you-
Chinese mostly.
Are you advising people not to try to use their
Yeah, that's a
very
great
powerful
advice. And
electric skateboard in their home?
so this was not the very powerful. This was the basic, very first
Okay,
one.
this wasn't.
So
nearly
I
as
thought
powerful.
it was like, how bad or how powerful could it be? Whatever. Let me
Yes.
just try it, push the button, see how far it goes. And it basically like somebody pulled the carpet under my feet and I fell on my ass basically and couldn't walk for 2 days.
Do you have to bleep the A word?
No, it's
Okay.
biological part of the body. But anyway, what I did in the whole process, I did some mind medicine where I'm like, okay, this is an experience and I'm okay with it. My body can recover from it and it can heal itself. I accept that this happened to me, and I also use some yoga exercises to strengthen my lower back and kind of recover from this injury faster. And also I use some infrared radiation heat therapy to stimulate recovery and speed it up as well. And I feel like all those things together, but just accepting that I hurt myself and that's natural to be in pain and to be suffering before you can get better, before you know that there are certain things you have to accomplish to recover. And I was fine after 2 days, and 3 or 4 days after that it was gone permanently. I have no more any lower back issues, and if I do, I just do some life hacking for 45 minutes, an hour, or even less one time until the next session until I feel hurt again. And usually the pain comes either from me lifting something heavy that not properly being lifted, and like most people throw their back out, or falling, or some kind of other injury. And I feel like the mind-body medicine was a very crucial step to getting better, because once you accept you are hurt and your body has the potential to heal itself, then the next step you could figure out what you could do to assist it in healing itself and recovering completely. And not all injuries are, I guess, fully recoverable, but it worked for me. I'm happy, and I've never looked back. And now any positive or negative experience that happens to me, I tell my mind saying that it's okay. I'm in pain, I'm in distress, or whatever the case is, and I'm like, okay, the next step is to recover and focus on how to cure and eliminate this problem.
It's eerie how well it works.
And I'm not treating just the symptoms with like Tylenol, like taking a supplement or a pill to reduce the pain and tell my body that, oh, just ignore it and just go through it. I mean,
Or you need to put new chemistry
Chemicals,
into your
yeah.
body to be able to do something your body does.
I'm looking to cure the
extraordinarily well.
whole cause of the pain rather than just to treat the symptom. And that worked great for me. Why is it zoomed in?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta get my charger real quick, but 2 seconds.
That's something that the more you do it, you train yourself in what your body, in the language of your body, and this is all rather woo-woo, so I like to preface it by saying your mileage may vary,
Absolutely.
but I've gotten pretty good at listening and communicating, so the transmission is complete. I've had experiences where a symptom has gone away in a second, in like a second. If Sarno's whole theory, he calls it tension myositis syndrome, and the practice is probably too long to go over here, but in very brief, if you go over an emotional or mental inventory of what might be in your subconscious that your autonomic nervous system is accommodating the hiding of with pain. You think, okay, I'm mad at my boss, or I feel really guilty about taking the last piece of bread, or something that you feel is that you think you're past or you put away because it's silly or it's not the best person you want to be. Your body will keep it there by making your neck ache and making you in some way
Suffering.
in pain. Yeah, in pain, so that this thing doesn't come
suffer.
up. The kookiest part of that aspect is that it doesn't have to be logical. You could say
Subconscious.
it's a puzzle to put together. But when you get it, when you're onto it, first of all, the symptom can change. So say my neck is, I can't turn my head further than this, and every time otherwise it causes pain. So I'll go through an inventory. I'll say, all right, the woman at the cafe was rude, or someone knocked my bag over in the subway. And as I say those things, or even just think them, I'll check in with my symptom. I'll go, okay, can I turn my head? No. And then when I think about at work, I'm angry with my coworker, and the pain gets a little worse. So while that isn't the thing, I'm onto it. I go, so I think, okay, it's not I'm angry with my coworker, but I'm embarrassed that they caught me goofing off. And then check in each time you come up with what it might be, the trigger, check in with the symptom. So I turn my head, and suddenly I can turn my head fully at full range of motion, and it's really eerie that your body can cause something it's so visceral. I mean, you could raise hives on your arms when you get good at it, or bad at it.
So basically, physical response to a thought or psychological or subconscious inconvenience, I guess,
or just an emotional state that gets buried, and your body is accommodating by creating a symptom that you have to pay more attention to.
So another thing on the same topic of mind medicine, I'd like to ask your experience about flotation tanks. We've both experienced that.
That I think I'd like to have Issa here, and
Well, he's not. Let's just use our own experiences.
well, how long do you want to stay on, by the way?
Let's see, we've been on for 36 minutes, so another
Okay, so-
15, 45,
Okay, yeah, another 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't want to round it off to an hour a day, or an hour a week? Up to you, whatever. We could roll with 45, 10 minutes more.
Well, let's see. Let's just go and keep going.
I mean,
We have
this could be a
2 viewers, and you're looking at them.
yeah,
If you're looking at them.
for now, but you
We're
never know.
looking.
Maybe tomorrow somebody reviews this as well.
So tell us about your experience in flotation. 'Cause
Oh,
I've been doing
absolutely.
most of the talking. Yeah,
I feel like flotation is basically a shortcut to deep state of meditation that monks develop over decades of practicing in the mountains, away from all the distractions and everything, and they could just get into this super deep Zen state. And as we both live in New York City, distractions are abundant, as well
Yes.
as non-stop constant information overload. And with flotation sensory deprivation tanks that are now becoming more available to everybody, almost anywhere, it's kind of like a measuring stick into that state that monks have had access to for thousands or hundreds of years. And it's amazing. Like, literally, it's almost like an NZT pill in a way. You go in there for 90 minutes, you have full access to your mind of course, this is a skill that you develop. At first, I'd suggest just go in there. Don't try to have any expectations. Just see if you can go to sleep in it. But try to turn off the light and try to turn off the music, because that's the whole basis of it. That you eliminate
Sensory deprivation.
you eliminate all distractions. Yes, and it's total clear mind thought process in the deep state, where you could break down problems, come up with solutions, analyze things from different perspectives, and it's just reality and mind shifting experience
I'd
that
like to do a whole episode on that.
Yeah,
on,
that
on
it's-
flotation.
that it's just hard to describe really unless you've experienced it, but
And it's awesome.
highly beneficial. What about your experience?
Everything from severe neck pain. What's going?
It's a message.
pop-up?
Yeah, it's a text
Someone
message
else?
from a friend. He likes to send me.
All right, so we have,
No,
we have
this
our
is-
first
this is not
outside
from-
viewer.
No, this is just my personal text message from a.
Oh, that someone else. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so I thought someone else might
No.
be watching this.
That you will see in the chat, right?
How do we promote this?
Link, hyperlink.
Okay.
Afterwards, you have a hyperlink, and in 24 hours, we'll have our Hackstronauts channel. We could go live stream there instead.
Take it. Okay,
And
good.
then we could put that on Discord. We could put that on a meetup. We could put that on,
The
website. and we have now YouTube channel.
Can we have a live stream on the website?
Yeah, you put a link to it, and people just go through it. That's it. Very simple.
That'd be super cool.
I mean, to share this, view watch page. Open link.
And you can embed it in
And
the
this is the
effing
link.
website?
Yeah, you could embed it, everything.
What?
This is how we look. And for now, I'm using the front camera, which is not as high quality.
Yeah.
I could use the reverse camera. I'm not sure if it's like maybe gonna encode it better and better quality later, but I'm sure there's always room for improvement.
Well, ultimately, we're going to be using something called the Sling Studio.
yes,
We
once
could
we
have
figure that out.
multi-cameras, and we could have
Guest speakers.
graphics come in, and we can
But one step
up
at a
to
time.
10 sources. No, this is way in its infancy, so I mean, I don't even think we'll build any kind of critical mass. But
But
there's
that was
also a
great,
little
man.
thinking has to be done. How would we broadcast or stream?
And we could
one
reach
of our
out to
meetings?
you and ask for your experience and your suggestions in the comments below as well, to help us develop this to the next level. I mean, crowdsource it. Ask the world what
Or for who they want to see. I mean, it's just like the the Hackstronauts community. We have Hackstinations. We have screenings. We watched Limitless.
But before that, hold on,
Yeah.
you skipped your experience with the flotation.
Oh, that was I had some severe. The first time I ever did it was back way, I think in the 80s.
Wow.
After I saw Altered States, another film we screened here in the studio. And my neck hurt too much to really get the deep experience. And then fast forward almost 30 years.
It's great. It's not a new thing for you.
Well, yeah, it still became somewhat new. We went to Rest
Flotation spot.
Flotation Spa,
I will
which is
link that
great.
in the
They-
chat.
Yeah, oh, we're gonna put that in the chat. And it was just dynamite because, flotation was pretty much the domain. You'd get this big box, and you'd fill it with an Epsom salt solution that would be buoyant enough to keep a human body off the bottom surface.
This is
So
like
you float.
300 pounds, 600 pounds of Epsom salt. It's like a huge amount.
Well, I'm sure it's some proportion to the water.
Yes.
But what Rest does is and like a lot of flotation spas have now, are these suites. So essentially, it's maybe a 6x8 room that the whole room is a tub, and you float in that. It's just so cool. I don't know if that helps. But there's automated lights, and you hit these big waterproof buttons, and that turns the light off or the sound off. And of course, you become once you're lacking all the stimulation. It's very dark at first, and then you start to see light leaks, and you can hear sounds through the whole building. Extraordinary how sensitive your hearing can become. And I'm no kid, so
It overloads all your senses, basically. Like, if normally you function at, I guess, at 100% after flotation, or even during it, like within 30, 45 minutes, all your senses go to like 150% or even 200% in hearing, smelling, seeing, and feeling. Like, you feel almost every part of your body. Your bones crack, your
Oh,
breathing,
that's right. Sometimes
your heartbeat.
you'll have sort of this natural adjustment.
Yeah.
You'll hear it go, and a lot gentler, and your shoulder over.
You could stretch out. It's like zero gravity.
That's my concept. Once Virgin Galactic,
Yeah. Or SpaceX.
any of them, make it financially feasible for space tourism.
Sure.
I think the International Space Station
Jeff
should have
Bezos.
an
I
isolation.
think Amazon is going to beat everybody to it.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'm a big.
They're all
Amazon
about
fan.
delivering products instantly or fast. So imagine getting delivered to space right away.
I think part of the International Space Station can be a huge sphere, and they allow it to, no fields, just zero gravity, and you could have the most perfect sensory deprivation. I mean, utter silence. Because the
I
silence
don't
of
know.
space.
I don't know about that, because think about it. In outer space, in the space station, you have the oxygen scrubbers, you have the air
A
conditioning.
lot of
you
things
have the
making noise.
Absolutely. So you sitting in this huge computer server room, really, that constantly working in the background to keep you alive. Yeah.
Well, that's still white noise.
I hate white noise. I need total silence.
Would you go on the International Space Station if you could?
Not under today's conditions. You can't shower.
Oh man,
Taking
I
a
would
bathroom,
so
this kind of thing,
be
yeah.
up. I'd be in.
I would
there.
go on a like airplane that
Yeah.
goes into outer orbit,
Yeah.
experiences zero gravity for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, and then comes back down, so I could still go back and have a nice slice of pizza, and not have to eat the dehydrator.
What's the longest period of time you would spend in space under current?
So in the airplane, you could shut off the engines. You could just be in the orbit, and it could be totally silent. In a
That's
space
true.
station, you're
Well, no, they
stuck
still
in
have
there.
life support.
True, but you could turn everything off, more or less.
Life support.
I mean, it could be in the back, silence.
Yeah,
Like
oxygen's
the jet.
I'm
engine.
thinking if you have this one piece built off of the space
it's like
station,
first class
it
in
could
the
be pretty.
airplane.
It could be pretty quiet.
Maybe.
And in any case, it's got to be
We haven't
quieter.
been to space, so I don't know.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. We've been in
It could be.
subconscious.
It could be quiet, much quieter than any place on Earth, I'd imagine. Even if it's.
Maybe.
But you wouldn't hear it. It's not like someone talking upstairs. Hey, do you want tea with that? That's the utter. I mean, really zero gravity. You're not even. There's nothing touching your body, and it's utter blackness, and no.
So-
I don't think there would be much sound even transmitted
Check
through
this
the
out.
body of the ship.
This is International Space Station ambient noise for 12 hours.
That's if you're in the living quarters.
I think it's everywhere because it's all connected. You're basically in a tin box, more or less. Like.
No, it's a lot of compartments. I'm sure.
So I did a quick search, and it says that
If you're further
living quarters
from
in
all
there
the
says
hardware.
Russian Zvezda module, which is the noisiest module on the station.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for
So there's some modules that are noisier than others, but it's all
Sorry.
good. It's all good.
I'm just hearing something that I shouldn't be hearing.
It sounds like the heat turned on, and we're just
That doesn't sound like water to you?
no, just probably the pipe expanding and contracting,
Oh, okay. Got
and insulation on it.
it. So weird to see myself.
Yeah, and there's a slight delay. So we've been on for 46 minutes. Let's end it, or is there anything else you'd like to discuss before we go?
So went over mind body medicine.
Yes.
Went
Bulletproof.
over
Flotation.
sensory deprivation in zero gravity. and the darkness of space.
Mission statement.
We went what?
Mission statement.
Mission statement.
What's it?
Yes. Who are the Hackstronauts? And the question has to be asked: are you a Hackstronaut? We're gonna put a link to our station once it goes live, and all of
International
our
Space
everything.
Station.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Our YouTube channel,
Yes.
and we connect to. Let me see what else is on our YouTube channel.
Just me and you.
No, I mean, what I have a bunch of other biohackers and just brilliant people. Smarter Every Day is a good one.
Yeah, that's great.
Mystical Morning. Mystical.
Maybe
those
we
guys,
could invite
those
him.
guys are superstars, huh?
Maybe we could invite him for as a guest speaker, or maybe even have a Skype call with him.
I think
I'm sure they have some biohacks.
once we have the technology right, we're just gonna keep on adding stuff until it's absolutely
building on it.
unwatchable. I don't know if this is watchable, but we're gonna promote it, and yeah, we've been going for 45 minutes. I know. Hackstronaut, HACKSTRONAUT.com, and at Meetup, it's give the.
I'll link
Meetup
it
name.
to the chat so you guys can just
Ooh,
click
also,
on it.
Oh wait, I have an idea. Alright, it's an Apple, it's a Mac, so we'll get.
No, you're branding. The Apple, I mean. I don't,
That's our website. Can it focus on that?
yeah, yeah. QR
Alright.
code, perfect.
And this is the Meetup.
Which I'm gonna
Okay.
link in the chat as we
Good.
speak. So you guys don't have to type that off the card
Yeah.
or use QR reader. See all the links right there on top with a nice
Dig
crown.
it. Whoa. Love it.
I think that was a pretty cool first episode. We discovered and learned a lot how to go live stream.
I can talk for hours.
And yeah,
I'm gonna
Rod can
kick
talk.
it on.
Rod can talk definitely for hours. And so far we're 48 minutes in, but we good.
Well, let's go to even 50.
Even 50?
49, 4.
Need another 50 seconds.
Let's see. Maybe I could read something else.
What are
on
we
the
gonna talk
website.
about for 50 seconds? Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan's a,
He's awesome.
We're trying to
He's
emulate
awesome.
him. Oh man, where's
I enjoy his podcasts. He's awesome. Maybe we'll have him as a guest speaker as well as Dave Asprey.
Yeah, Dave Asprey would be cool.
So for next episode, I guess we could take down some bullet points to see what we discuss on the next
Let's drink
episode.
bulletproof.
Yes.
Alright, we're at 50 minutes. Oh, not yet.
49. 20 more seconds.
I was looking for.
You could use your mouse pad now. It actually works. Touchpad. Thing.
Okay, are you a Hackstronauts? Mission of the Hackstronauts. I could read the whole thing.
You got 10 seconds, no time. I'm just kidding. You got all the time in the world.
Yeah,
It's a live stream.
that's the lovely thing about this.
It's unlimited.
It's not
Limitless.
like broadcast. It's
Limitless.
streaming.
No filter.
Code of conduct. We are the Hackstronauts. That's our. So the mission. You could read that on the website.
No, you can read it if you like to mention a few strong points.
We, the Hackstronauts, are on a mission to explore the limits of our world, break through them, and report back. We are committed to the scientific method in both its classical practice and its abstract principles. First of all, we observe phenomena like accelerated learning, feats of cognitive genius, superhuman performance. We question if it can be hacked. What if I can trick it? We hypothesize how to pull it off. Snip here, solder there. We predict results. Nothing short of full transmit.
So good.
Nothing short of full transformation into pure thought. Like Lucy.
Meditation.
Another great movie. ScarJo, can't go wrong. We experiment. Take that before pick, work, take that after pick. Finally, we assess and report back. Hey, I just figured out Powerball.
One day.
We are building a community of such explorers because apes alone weak, apes together strong. As a group of intellectuals, we can build an array of human observatories. Man, I'm gonna try that one again. You know, this is our show.
It is. That's it.
As a group of intellects, we can build an array of human observatories with greater reach and resolution. As a collective of living laboratories, we can challenge those observations, refine them, and ultimately build a stronger theoretical library. This knowledge is not to be guarded nor enshrined. Therefore, it is our mission that when we find something, we share it. We will seek out the luminaries in the hackosphere. As a growing community, we will engage those people who have cracked the code, be it through encrypted logarithm or genetic sequencing. We will travel en masse to places of inspiration and adventures in hacking. Hackstronauts, we call them. We will forge the missing link to the next hominid out of the raw ore of curiosity, bravery, and no small amount of abandon. Here's a couple of things we are not. This is important. We are not recreational, even though we are always having fun. We do not get stupid, but we do explore altered states. We don't take foolish risks, but we do boldly take our lives in our hands. As rugged individualists, we strive to build a community. We are not for everybody at all stages and phases of their journey. In other words, we are not a shoulder to cry on, but a team of shoulders to stand on. We have a vision of a planet infected by curiosity, and we want it now. We are participants in this new makers movement, not so much for the history books, but for our notebooks, our journals, and this, our humble YouTube channel.
Well said.
Can you hear it? Is that Arduino buzzing for you? We have all the tools we need to fashion all the tools we need to crack every code set before us. Hackers unite. See if you can throw my sign here.
That's a nice sign.
Hackers unite, and let's get to work. And that's our mission. It's all available on
Our website.
our website. Are you a Hackstronaut? Should I read it? No, let's. Yeah, it's boring watching me read from the computer screen.
But now you share a story. That's great. People have more of an understanding of what this whole thing
We
is
have
about.
content. We can keep you here for a long time.
Yeah,
So
we've
where
been
we at?
doing
We
this
at
for a
an hour
while.
yet?
54 minutes.
I think we
but
can cut.
we're good. Yeah.
Unless you have something you want to share for the last 5 minutes.
Tune in for more later.
Tune in. Go to our website, hackstronaut.com. Go to our meetup, which is New York City Biohackers.
All the links in the
blah,
chat.
blah, blah, yeah, and the chat, the links will be there. And then we're going to move to our permanent YouTube channel home next week, and we have this groovy thing
Looking
called
forward to seeing you
Slingbox
there.
Studio, and we'll be able to do a bunch of stuff and conference, and we might have guests and
Hackstronauts.
we'll take you to the Hackstronauts. We can broadcast
Definitely.
from anywhere.
Anywhere. At any time.
Anytime. Stay tuned.
And we're going
Wow.
off.